Okay, so an 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. This is the sixth strongest ever recorded, an 8.8 magnitude. So what does that mean? Well, current alerts, tsunami warnings, Hawaii, a tsunami warning is in effect with possible 10-foot waves on the coasts of the northern Hawaiian Islands. Alaska, tsunami warnings are in effect for coastal areas from Attu to Seismograph Pass. The tsunami advisory has been expanded to areas from Seismograph Pass to Seismic Bay, California, Oregon, Washington. Tsunami advisories are in effect. Residents in advisory areas should avoid beaches, harbors, and inlets. Crescent City, California, is forecast to receive waves up to 5.4 feet. We're going to look at the maps in a minute. We're also going to look at some live webcams to see what's going on out there. British Columbia, tsunami advisory is in effect for coastal areas from the Oregon-California border to the British Columbia-Alaska border. Japan, tsunami advisories are in effect for much of the East Coast. Waves up to 3 meters high possible. The NHK World has warned about the strength of tsunami waves. Philippines, Indonesia, Russia, tsunami warnings and advisories have been issued. Guam and other islands off Micronesia, tsunami watch in effect. Wow. Hello. Buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go. All right, let's do a live stream. How are you doing? Share screen. Check this out. 8.8. Here's the interactive map. Here's the epicenter right here. Interesting how close it is to Russia, huh? Like, have you been reading the news and the banter back and forth between Trump and Putin lately? Like, they seem to be pretty close buddies on the news anyway. The news made it appear that they got along quite well until recently. There's been some back and forth, but who knows, right? Like, the media does a really good job hyping things up a lot of times. Remember when they were hyping up the Marines in California? Well, that turned into be a big nothing burger. Oh no, the Constitution. Like, relax. They're sending Marines to California to calm things down. I think it'll be okay. But anyway, that was a big nothing burger. But right now, this isn't a nothing burger. And wow, news has changed pretty quick. We're not going to be like, the headlines are going to change quite fast depending on this tsunami warning. So let's look into this. There is a multitude of warnings in effect and advisories in effect right now. As you can see, we just talked about that. And here it is directly from NOAA. We zoom into Hawaii here. So you can see the islands off the Alaska Peninsula. Is that what you call it? What do you call those islands out there? The archipelago? Sorry, I got that way off. Let's zoom in here and take a look at this, and then we're going to jump on over to some webcams. I got a plethora of webcams that we can look at, live webcams in Hawaii, Alaska. I just checked with family on the Washington coast. They're doing okay. They're not expecting too much out there. But look at all the red. All the islands here in Hawaii. Alert, alert, warning. That's a warning. Once again, if you're just joining us, here are the current alerts for U.S., Canada, and a multitude of nations. A tsunami warning is in effect. Possible 10-foot waves off the coasts of the northern Hawaiian Islands. Alaska, tsunami warnings are in effect for coastal areas from Attu to Seismograph Pass, including the Pribilof Islands. The tsunami advisory has been expanded to areas from Seismograph Pass to Seismic Bay, California, Oregon, Washington. Tsunami advisories are in effect. Residents in advisory areas should avoid beaches, harbors, and inlets. Crescent City, California, is forecast to receive waves up to 5.4 feet. British Columbia, tsunami advisories in effect for coastal areas from Oregon, California border to the British Columbia, Alaska border. That's insane. When I saw it was an 8.8, that's almost as intense as the quake that hit Fukushima back in 2011. I think it was a 9.1 at that point, wasn't it? Interesting timing that day as well. Remember the date, 3/22? Or no, I'm sorry, it was 3/11/11. And then you add up 3/11/11, you get 3/22. And oh yeah. So anyway, I've been doing this for a little while. Doing this for a little while. So let's take a look at the information here directly from NOAA, USGov. You can see the location of the quake right off the coast of Russia there and close to the Bering Sea. These are the islands that connect to Alaska. Whole chain of islands out there. Tsunami warnings we can see right here. These are the islands of Hawaii. Now let's take a look at the cams. This is the Waikiki Aquarium, University of Hawaii. Current conditions seems pretty calm, seems pretty zen. Jeez, who the hell keeps messaging me? I've got like 10 messages in seconds. Oh, what's up, bro? All right. This is the South Shore Surf Cam, Hawaii. We'll scroll down here. Here's the map. You can see where it's located, the Hawaiian Islands. Once again, this is in the danger zone. So we're in the danger zone. That's Alaska. We'll go there in a minute. Current conditions in the danger zone, Hawaii. Waikiki. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks pretty nice. How would you like to be out there right now, enjoying the beautiful scenery, the sounds of the waves? Sounds pretty cool. Pretty cool. So time's there. This is live. Let's jump on over to Raspberry Island, Kodiak. Raspberry Island, live beach webcam gazes southward from the Kodiak Raspberry Island Remote Lodge in Kodiak, Alaska. Nestled on Raspberry Island in the Kodiak, that's what it is, archipelago. The archipelago, this secluded lodge provides true Alaskan wilderness experience. Make your reservations today. Here's the location. So it's a ways away from the warnings down here. Let's see if we can find something a little bit closer. Lake Hood. Ooh, Sitka. We need to go back to Sitka. Lake Hood. Very mellow out there right now. But it's probably because it's on a lake. Yeah. All right. Duh. Let's get out of there. Let's go to the next spot. Here we go. The Sitka Cam. This is where we want to be. Well, yeah, it's calm on the lake. All right. So conditions seem all right at the moment. If you want to see where we're at, let me show you on the map. So this is definitely in the advisory zone. Here's the location of the earthquake. So you can see the islands connected to Alaska here are going to be in more immediate danger. We're looking right around here and then down the islands of Hawaii. There's warnings all around the islands of Hawaii. So let me show you here. Let's go back. All right, so it looks like it's just settled down to a watch. Oh, there we go. Check out some more camps. It's starting to get a little bit more intense out there, as you can see. Getting a little bit of wake in Waikiki Aquarium. South Shore Surf Cam. Let's go check out some more cams out here. Polar bear. Yeah. I'm not really worried about what's going on at the zoo right now, because if I look outside, it's like the zoo. Let's go back to Alaska. Actually, let's hit. Let's see. Let's go to Hawaii. The Yacht Club, I wanted to see if the Yacht Club cam was up earlier, and it's offline currently. Let's check out Elks Lodge surf cam, see what we got going on there. Live streams offline here. Okay, let's go to Maui. Kanapali Villas. Okay, we're live and alive. It's pretty tranquil out there right now. This is the Kanapali Beach Resort. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, yeah. Oops, how do I do that? There we go. Okay, so that's the location. And that's what you're looking at. Pretty mellow. Pretty mellow. Let's see what else we got here. This is the Marine Sanctuary cam. Oh, it's even got audio. Okay, so that's the location. They're switching back to Waikiki right now. South Shore Surf Cam. Waikiki. And this is the Marine Sanctuary in Maui. It is live. We are live right now. Ooh, look, there we go. Get the surfboard. Let's go. Come on. All right. So if you're just joining us, we are currently in Hawaii looking at a live view, live video and audio. This is called the Hawaii Humpback Whale Marine Sanctuary in Maui. So we're in Maui, and right off the coast, as you can see, the waters of the Hawaiian Islands, Humpback Whale Marine Sanctuary between the islands of Maui and Molokai, the only natural habitat in the U.S. where this type of whale reproduces. So you might actually get lucky. If you're a humpback whale, that is. This is where you go. All right, so it's mellowed out there a little bit. Let's jump back over now to Waikiki. We are now in Waikiki. Waves out there seem pretty mellow. This is the seaside view from Honolulu, capital of Hawaii, on the southern coast of the island of Oahu. This is set at the Waikiki Aquarium along the shoreline of Waikiki Beach. So you can see right here where we're located. And the video will rotate in a moment, just a FYI. Mark says the waves begin 7:10 Hawaii time. What time is it right now then? Rebecca, you're in the middle of the Pacific. I think you're going to be okay, but maybe it's time to bring in the tomato plants. I don't know. Good to see everybody. Black Mountain says he just received a message from a friend, Hawaii, telling me that people are being evacuated to higher places. Okay, so it's 6:48 right now, and we're supposed to see it at 7:10. Okay, so that means that we could potentially see something here in less than 30 minutes. Jump back over to this location. Let's see what else we got. So this is the aquarium south. Tell me where I should go now, folks. Where should we jump over to? Should we jump over to Kapalihui? Try this. Okay, right now we are looking at live views of the Bonsai pipeline on Oahu Island. most impressive and feared surfing spot in this is the most impressive and feared surfing spot in Hawaii due to the reef break of Ahuakai Beach Park. Huge hollow waves are formed, being the perfect invitation for tube riding and great photos. So the Bonsai Pipeline Cam is in Hawaii, provided by Explore.org, the world's leading philanthropic live nature cam network and documentary film channel. All right, let's see where this is located. Okay, so we definitely could see some action here. John, you're funny, man. How you doing, John? Oh, thanks for being here, Brett. Jay says, go to the furthest north island that I can get to. All right, let's do that. While you're here, also, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's see how far we can get. That's pulling up. Will take a little bit. Okay. Lawai Beach. Interesting. So if you're just joining us, we are looking at the Hawaii Humpback Whale Marine Sanctuary in Maui. and things are supposed to be picking up here substantially in less than 20 minutes. So T minus 17 minutes approximately. It's 83 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll show you on the map where we're located. You can see we're right here on the map. Now this location, this is Bonsai Pipeline. Bonsai Pipeline is at the northern part of Honolulu, right here. So two islands over, actually, right here, this location, live. Jacqueline says earthquakes are still popping off. Here's where the 8.8 happened. Okay, let's see what we have going on. Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia earthquake. Oh. All right, so this is what we got so far here, folks. Let me share some data with you. Jump on over down here. Okay, So this is what we've got as of right now, the latest information. After this 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, this event triggered tsunami warnings and advisories across the Pacific, including Japan, Hawaii, the U.S. West Coast. The earthquake was centered about 119. Oh, there's that 119 again. 119, about 119 kilometers. I know it's just a weird synchronicity. The earthquake was centered about 119 kilometers east-southeast of the Russia city of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky at a depth of 20.7 kilometers, which is 13 miles. Aftershocks, multiple aftershocks as strong as 6.9 magnitude were recorded in the hours following the main quake. Aftershocks, including a 7.0 and a 6.9 magnitude event, were observed in the hours following the main shock. Tsunami effects. Tsunami waves were generated, reaching Russia's Kuril Islands and Japan's large northern island of Hokkaido. Warnings were issued for other areas, including Hawaii and the U.S. West Coast. If I pronounced Hokkaido or Hokkaido wrong, I apologize. The damage and the impact. The quake caused damage to buildings and infrastructure, including power outages, mobile phone service failures in Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky. However, no serious injuries were reported. So that's what we have currently with the latest information and the aftershocks. And we've got about 15 more minutes before we start seeing really large waves potentially. So we've got going on here. All right, so now we're back at the pipeline cam provided by explore.org. One of the most feared surfing spots in Hawaii. Here's the location. Right there. It is starting to pick up. Jump back over to the Maui Island. East winds are at 20 knots. Seas are 6 to 7 feet right now. Ocean bayous all the way to New Zealand are being triggered, according to Diane. Interesting. I'm going to double check that, see what we got going on. Ocean. Okay, let me read to you what we have as of right now. Reports indicate that a major earthquake, initially reported as a magnitude 8, later revised to an 8.8, struck Russia's Far East early Wednesday, July 30th, 2025 local time. This powerful earthquake, the sixth strongest in recorded history, caused a tsunami in the northern Pacific region and triggered warnings extending south towards New Zealand. So, towards New Zealand, okay. As a result, tsunami warnings are in effect Tsunami waves have reached Russia's Kuril Islands, Japan's large northern island off Hokkaido. No major injuries have been reported yet. Evacuations were advised in some locations, and New Zealand authorities issued warnings for strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges along its coastlines, urging people to move out of the water, off beaches, and away from shore areas. Ocean bayous, particularly the deep ocean assessment and reporting of tsunami bayous, plays a crucial role in monitoring and detecting tsunamis. They are equipped with bottom pressure recorders that detect changes in sea level that could indicate a tsunami. New Zealand has deployed dart bayous in the southwest Pacific to provide early warnings of tsunami waves. That's what we have right now. Yeah, these waves are picking up, aren't they? Buoy? Oh, yeah, yeah. Buoy. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, buddy. It's a buoy. That's right. Yeah, you're right. A bayou is different. Thank you. I was just making sure you guys were paying attention, and you are. Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're picking up. Those waves are picking up substantially. Five more minutes. Armageddon. Holla. That's what I'm talking about. Hello. Let's see how far I can zoom out in Hawaii, or how far north I can go on the islands out there with the available cameras we got. It'll also be interesting to see what's going on over. Let's go see what's going on closer to the blast, or not blast. I'm sorry, epicenter. Wonder if I should tell you about that real vivid dream I had a few nights ago. Okay, so this is Japan. It's Japan airport. Looks like everything's normal out there right now. Oh, hey, how's it going, Raven Wolf? Hope you and your family is doing wonderful. Tell Ransom I said hello. Um, yeah, okay. So I'm kind of, I don't want to use the term nervous to talk about it, but it was so vivid. Like, I get dreams sometimes that are so vivid, I can actually feel physical pain sometimes in dreams. Like, for example, in this dream, um, and I think I was on the West Coast because I was with my family. There was a very large kaboom that went off, that was actually nuclear. So, yeah, I saw it. Dream, folks, dream. This is a dream, but very vivid dream, very lucid. I could even feel the wind after it happened. So I saw the explosion in the distance, and it was so intense that I had to look for. I'm like, I got to find somewhere to hide. I got to find somewhere to take cover, basically. I knew that the blast was going to be so intense that it was going to have an after effect where I was, even though it was miles away. So as it happens, I run in this car that has no doors. It's the only thing I can get into at the time. Boom! And then I can feel the wind. I can feel the wind, and I'm in there for a few seconds, then I'm like, geez, maybe I should go into that building right there. So I thought I waited enough time to go into the building, but when I went into the building, I could feel the radioactive wind on my body, and it felt like a bunch of almost like like nano glass, and it was so intense that I thought about it all day the next day. So it was a very interesting dream, and so hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, it was intense. So anyway, just saying. Right on. Good to hear that. Awesome. Interesting. They put it back to a 6.1, huh? How do you make it? That's an interesting. See if I can. Huh. They just took the cameras offline that were in Japan. All the webcams are offline in Japan now, at least on the area that I'm looking at. Huh. Let me do this. Silver Surfer says, I'm here in Hawaii. The ocean looks like glass. Well, that's a good sign, bro. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. That's what I'm talking about. The Turtle Bay cam is offline. That's interesting. Okay, they're back up. See if I can find any in Japan. Here we go. In 3 minutes. Nicholas, I was thinking the same thing. Perfect timing, isn't it? However, several days ago, there was a major earthquake off of the coast of Russia. I think it was an 8.0 or a 7.8 or something. So Yeah, interesting timing. Absolutely. It always is, though. It always is. Oh man, refrigerator raider. It's been a while since I've heard that. So Silver Surfer says, I've surfed at Pipeline thousands of times and it's so flat right now. That part is unusual. That is unusual. That is unusual. Gorgeous Awesome is in the chat. Haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing, Gorgeous Awesome? I still have your copper wand with the cool crystals on it on the clothes dresser. It's pretty cool. So hope you're doing awesome. Great to see you, Desert Rose. JD says, sure, this will be a big nothing burger as well. Let's hope so. Russia's been having earthquakes since the 20th. What happened around that date, politically speaking? I'd just be interested to know. Just wondering. No reason. Well, doesn't that happen first? It gets all flat and then it sucks back. Christine is referring to what's going on right now being so flat out there at the pipeline. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Let's see if we can go back to that actually. Yep, it looks pretty mellow right now. This is the most feared surfing spot in Hawaii, according to the webcam. Maybe the local in the chat can confirm that. The Bonsai Pipeline on Oahu Island, the most impressive and feared surfing spot in Hawaii. Look at how mellow it is right now. It's pretty chill. Oahu, the Humpback Whale Marine Sanctuary is a little bit choppier, not much. Let's see if we got any info on this. No current conditions there. Let's keep it here. We could see something big. What is the prediction? What is the Simpsons prediction for July 30th, 2025? I'd be very interested to know. Christine says a tsunami gets flat first, and then the water gets all sucked backwards and then comes back at you. I've watched enough videos to know that. Yeah, the OGs are in here tonight. This is great. So 5.7 just hit Japan. Let's do a double take on that. 5.7 hits Japan. That was a couple of days ago. The 5.7 magnitude earthquake strikes Japan's northern. All right, so this is 2 days ago. Tokyo, Sana'a earthquake measuring a 5.7 on the Richter scale struck the eastern coast of Hokkaido, Japan's northernmost island earlier on Monday. Did I just hear somebody cough on the webcam? There's somebody out there on the webcam lighting one up. You can't see him though. All right, 20 knots winds, east winds at 20 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Current conditions. Ooh, that's Sounds like a very emotionally charged dream, Raven Wolf. Hey, Tyler, how you doing, man? Doing good. Okay, The Simpsons predicted a major power outage on the 30th. Is that tomorrow? Just less than an hour Mountain Time. We should have sound. Yeah, crazy times, exciting times. Okay. Um, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to jump back over to this location is a surfer's dream, but you got to be a good surfer out here. This is not for the um, intermediate surfer. This is for people that know how to surf, like big waves, big surf, big chop. There's not much going on in there right now. It's pretty calm. One of the locals, Silver Surfer, is saying it right now. He says, on the shot, you have a pipeline. This is the Bonsai Pipeline in Maui. To the left is Rocky Point, and to the right is Pupakia going towards Sunset Beach. Yup, it is really flat. Pupakia usually has active shore break. So that's where we are right now. If you want to look on the map, let me show you on the map. This is where we are on the map. Here's the island, the northwest part of the island right there. And then this location, closer to Lahaina, you can see right here, kind of poly. And then this is right here on the Bonsai Pipeline, close to Sunset Beach, right here. So Jacqueline says that there was a 5.5 that just popped off in Japan. I'll have to double check that as well. What is going on? Let's see here. Japan EQ now. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so I'm on earthquaketrack.com right now, and it could be wrong. It could be wrong, but it's saying that there's been 0 earthquakes in Japan the past 24 hours, 8 earthquakes in the past 7 days, 107 earthquakes in the past 30 days. So there has been a substantial amount in the past 30 days, even 7 days. But this week it says there was a 5.0. This month there was a 5.8. And earlier this year there was a 7.1. Today we've had the 6.3. Vilyuchinsk, Kamchatka, Russia, a 6.9. Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, Russia, and then an 8.8 near Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, Russia, and then a 6.5 yesterday, Indonesia. Now, I'm sure there's a certain level that they're equating, like as far as what it is on the Richter scale. So it's already okay. It's 11:24 Mountain Time. What time are we looking at out there? It's 7:24 local time, so it's 4 hours earlier in Hawaii. Because it is so mellow out there right now at this location at the Bonsai Pipeline, I would expect there to be some substantial waves incoming here shortly. And then back to Maui, Humpback Whale Love Fest area. This is where you're looking at current conditions. Picking up a little bit windy. I think we want to stay right here for now, though. That's good. It absolutely could be related to the sun. All this earthquake activity could be related to the sun. Um, that's my best guess, unless there's a binary star that we can't see, some dark star out past Neptune. That's got so much mass, it's causing these planets to change, like planetary changes, etc., climate change, whatever you want to call it. There's a 4.9 in Western Australia this morning. Where are you at, Jacqueline? Making ramen and surfing the waves. Hang loose, Silver Surfer. Yeah, because the reason I'm asking is you said because there was a 5.7 and a 6.0. You said in the last 15 minutes we had two 5.7 and 6.0. Are you referring to where you're at? There goes a helicopter. Okay, were those quakes out by Russia, off the coast in Russia? Oh, okay, okay. Huh. See what the USGS says. Yeah, okay, so we've got a 5.1, 5.3, a 5.1, a 4.4. Wow, look at that. 85 earthquakes the past day, 2.5 or larger. Here's the timelines. So yeah, this one was like 30 minutes ago. So 5.1, 30 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago, 5.3. This is all fairly recent. Look at this. Wow. I mean, just a couple of hours ago, even this has been going on. What is going on? Wow. Wow. This ain't no joke. Jeez. That is, I mean, I'll tell you what's going through my mind right now. The first thing that I thought of when they said Russia and the location was I started thinking about all the news lately and the back and forth between the administration and Putin and what was being said in the news. I mean, that's the first thing that came to mind. I don't know why, because I have no idea what's causing these earthquakes. It could very well be the sun. It could be some solar phenomena. Atlas is now in the solar system, but it's still way out there. 3I Atlas, which is an interstellar object, they're estimating to be approximately 7 kilometers in size, about the size of Manhattan. And yes, there was a paper that came out that said it could be an alien spacecraft. I was the first one to report on that, by the way. Hours after I reported that, no, I wasn't the first one to talk about it because it was A.V. Loeb that did a paper on it, but I was the first one to break it in the news. And then later on that evening and the next day, the next days, it's all over the news. Alien spacecraft may have entered our solar system. And people are like, we don't care. We still want to see those files. I think that's even propaganda. I'm sure there's a lot of truth to it. I'm sure there's a lot of truth to it, but I feel like they're using it right now to get people to focus on that instead of something else. Like there's something else even more intense than that going on. And they know they're never going to release it anyway. And if they do, it's going to be some doctored version, possibly. I don't know. But I mean, wouldn't you think? Like, how difficult would it be to come out with a list and be like, oh, here's the list. Oh, like, you really think they're going to give you the original files? They could make a list and make it look like it was original. It wouldn't be that tough. I'm just saying. But back to the video here. That's a whole other podcast. Tyler, the tsunami was expected to hit Hawaii already, but give or take a few minutes. So, we're just here, we're waiting. One of the locals that lives out in this area and surfs this often, this pipeline says that this is extremely mellow for this area. So we're expecting something to happen because a lot of times it's the calm before the storm, right? It gets mellow and then wham! So we're going to see what happens there. I mean, do you remember the news article that came out back in the early 1900s where Tesla made something that he could put on his desk and they called it like an earthquake machine or something like that because it created this weird resonance that caused the building that he was in to collapse. Now, that could just be an urban legend, I mean, it could be an urban legend, but what if it's not? What if it's not? And then here's something else. Let me ask you this. What is more frightening in your opinion? Just think about it for a minute. All this extreme weather that we're dealing with lately, with the flooding, the fires, the 1,000-year rain events that happen, like a dozen 1,000-year rain events happened within a few days, and that was based on statistics, like a 0.1 percentile of it actually being that much rain at that location at that time. That's what the 1,000-year rain events mean. But there was a lot of speculation about what caused those rain events too, as well, right? My question to you is, what would be scarier in your mind? Would it be scarier if it was natural, just, like earth changes, solar changes, the universe, natural cataclysms because of the cyclical nature or maybe a combination of the way that we've treated our planet and Mother Earth for so many years, combined with cyclical events, etc. Would it be more frightening if it was that, or if it was the opposite? Because I don't know what would be scarier. I think it almost sounds scarier if it's natural. And, there's a lot of people at specific, if you've ever studied higher magic, if you study higher magic, you'll learn about these different occult practices that are used to make people seem even mightier than they are. It's something that can happen for hundreds of years. Like you can turn people into gods, lowercase g, by this higher magic. So certain events, if you have people believing that you caused those events when in reality it was nature or the sun or the universe, that's a form of magic as well. So I don't know. I don't know what sounds scarier to me. I think it actually would be more frightening. Well, I don't know. I want to hear you. I want to read your comments. Yes, earthquakes are very natural, Ross. We know. I agree. Yes. Like I said, it's most likely natural, right? Most likely, this is all natural, just natural events, natural floods, natural earthquakes, natural fires. What would be more frightening, though, in your opinion? Permabull says aliens did it. Jacqueline says you can stop man, but you can't stop nature. Great point. Yeah, these are great comments. Great comments in here. Love it. 3-foot waves south southwest right now in Oahu at the Humpback Well Party Center. And it's still like glass here at the Bonsai Pipeline Surf Resort. So you could be looking at the calm before the storm. Could be swamp gas. Could be. It's scarier when they don't talk and grunt a lot. Oh, I love the comments in here. Oh, hey, man. Thanks for the super chat. Much love. Right on. Earth, Moon, Saturn, and Neptune, king of the sea, in a row right now. A coronal hole, Earth facing. Stephen Burns predicted by a Japanese prophet. Is that for real? I got to look that up. Let's check that out right now. So, Earth, Moon, Saturn, Neptune in a row. Is Earth, Moon, Saturn, Neptune. Check this out. It's kind of cool. According to artificial intelligence, on July 29th, 2025, Earth, the Moon, Saturn, and Neptune are not in a perfectly straight line. However, due to the way planets orbit the sun in a relatively flat plane, the ecliptic, they can appear to be in a line or arc across the sky from Earth's perspective. Specifically, according to Space.com and Astronomy Magazine, Saturn and Neptune were visible in the pre-dawn sky of July 29th, with Neptune located about 1 degree north of Saturn. The moon was also visible, but it was setting early as a waxing crescent, minimizing light interference for observing the planets, and also 2 meteor showers. That's right, we got 2 meteor showers peaking tonight and tomorrow night. That's cool. So not perfectly aligned, however, Saturn and Neptune appeared close together in the pre-dawn sky, and the moon was also visible for a period. This phenomenon is often referred to as a planetary parade or planetary alignment. So there is a planetary parade going on right now. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, right on. Thanks, Cooper. Cheers, man. Oh, man. These comments are rich. What the sun's doing right now. Let's see here. It's looking pretty active at about the 4 o'clock position. Huh. Starting to get darker out there. Yep, they just switched on night vision. I love it. Yeah, so we're back at the Bonsai pipeline. Looks like we're getting some rain out there, a little bit of storm front. So if you're just joining us, we are live stream. We are looking at a live cam right now at the Bonsai pipeline located in Hawaii. Here's the location right by Sunset Beach Park. And it's pretty tough to see that one. We're also live streaming at the Hawaii Humpback Whale Marine Sanctuary in Maui. So put in perspective, that's where this location is, northwest part of the island. Retro, you're funny, man. But we were just over here a minute ago looking at the latest EQ activity, and this is crazy. So 20 minutes ago, a 4.9. 8 minutes before that, a 5.4. I mean, this is how many we got? 89 earthquakes, 2.5 plus the past day. 46 of those, over half of the earthquakes are in this area alone, right here off the coast of Russia. 46 earthquakes, 2.5 or above. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Interesting timing, huh? Let's see where else we could go. Let's jump on over to another beach. Okay, so we've been three different islands so far. Did you hear that? That sounded like a Bigfoot. Did you hear it? It went, roar. There's a Bigfoot in Maui. Wow. Cool. Oh, yeah. Look at this. They're walking around on the beach. They're waiting for the tsunami. They got their phones out. You see that? They're using their phone as a flashlight. Waikiki Beach. Here's the latest info on the tsunami warning. Still have several warnings and advisories. Tsunami.gov. Man, 46 EQs, 2.5 or higher in 24 hours. That's wild. So look at that too, where it's located. Oops. We got down here. Japan. 4.2. 4.4. Mariana Islands. Okay. Let's go back to this. Not much going on here. Let's go to a different location. We've got the Bonsai Pipeline. Check out the Marine Sanctuary Cam. Oh, yeah, this is where we were earlier. The Humpback Whale hotspot. Well, the accident is. Let's see. Yacht clubs closed. Kahana? Here we go. Okay. Beaches out there. It's lit up. It's pretty mellow. Well, you know what, folks? You know what I'm thinking of right now? You want to know what I'm thinking of?
It certainly is a big bun. It's a very big bun. Big fluffy bun. It's a very big fluffy bun.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about fluffy buns and right there. Remember this?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef.
Fluffy bun. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef, ladies and gentlemen? Where's the beef? All right. Well, that's cool. You can leave the tomato plants out. Hopefully things will be just fine. I guess, I mean, might as well stick around. I don't know. Or we could finish up this amazing podcast. It's up to you. I'm going to read the comments in the comments section. Should I leave the live stream going just in case, or do you think we should finish up this podcast and maybe go watch some more podcasts? Leak Project podcast, of course. Let's see what we got. Jacqueline says her tea's ready. Shondell says, be a good mind dancer. WTF says, fat, nothing burger. Oh, man. Comments are great. Everything from really serious to completely not serious. You know, I think we're going to finish up this podcast. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful day and be the change you want to see.